One of our first and most beloved subscribers, whose name is now Tiny Pawpaw.
I like the thought of a tiny pawpaw.
Do you?
A little pocket-sized pawpaw.
Yeah, just a little pawpaw there for you.
And he sleeps all the time.
Yep.
And he wakes up and he's like yawning, and you're like, "Oh, look at you yawning. Good morning, tiny pawpaw."
He's always grilling an extra burger,
Yeah.
just so you'll have one.
Flipping it.
Yep. Little Tiny Pawpaw. Hook me up with some tiny boxes of raisins, please, says Tiny Pawpaw. Tiny little boxes of raisins for Tiny Pawpaw.
See, I knew he'd like them raisins.
Now, Tiny Pawpaw, if Tiny Pawpaw had a box of raisins, specially made for him, the little Tiny Pawpaw in your pocket,
Right.
would he open it up and there'd just be one raisin in there like a loaf of bread or something? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would it be like, it would almost like it would have to come in a bag, like a baguette or something, that raisin. You know what I mean?
A baguette, like what, you clump a few of them together and make a big old piece of raisin for a little tiny pawpaw?
Well, no, I'm just talking about, I mean, it's, I don't know, maybe some raisins are fatter than others, but I guess I'm imagining a kind of skinny raisin that gets shoved in a bag. Could be a fat loaf of bread, like a whole wheat loaf.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, if I'm taking care of Tiny Pawpaw as a little pet,
Sure.
then I'm only gonna give him one raisin a day.
Yeah.
If it's that size, that scale.
Sure.
Because I don't want to overfeed him.
You don't want to overfeed Tiny Pawpaw.
No, I want him to be healthy little pawpaw.
Yeah. Because we don't know what happens to the physical body of a person that's yay tall.
Right.
Their tummy gets too full. You never know. It might just fall right out of them.
It could
they're
flip
small.
over.
You
He
know?
could die.
You know?
When I keep a Tiny Pawpaw, you're gonna know he's loved because his shirt's gonna stay tucked in. He's
Sure.
gonna eat one raisin a day. He's gonna smell like Brute cologne.
Yep.
That's my Tiny Pawpaw.
Just one bottle of Brute Cologne will do you.
Oh, for his whole
For
life.
Tiny Pawpaw's whole life.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to talk about the whole arc of Tiny Pawpaw's life, and I'm starting to think about his end days.
Oh.
And that seems kind of sad, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think when he dies, I'm gonna pickle him in that Brute jar. He'll stay young forever.
Pickle that little Tiny Pawpaw.
Pickle that Tiny Pawpaw in that Brute jar.
That'd be great. You wouldn't bronze him?
Well, maybe his wife. Bronze the wife, little mama. And little Papa's gonna be in Brute.
Wow.
Happy Halloween!
Tiny Pawpaw. Mr. Possum's talking about bronzing your wife.
Yeah,
All right.
that's right.
Just like as soon as Tiny Pawpaw dies, you're going to bronze his wife, whether
Oh.
she's alive or not.
Well, she's gonna suffer if she's alive. She loves little Tiny Pawpaw.
So she's got to go with him.
She's gotta die.
She's got to go with him.
He's like a pharaoh,
Yeah.
you know? I guess that makes her his cat. I don't like how this is going.
Now, it's funny that you've been talking about Tiny Pawpaw the whole time. You just brought up his wife.
Yeah.
Which it seems like if you were keeping them together, you'd be called... If you had an elderly, small couple in your
Yeah.
pocket all the time,
Right.
you wouldn't say, oh, that's Tiny Pawpaw. You would say, that's the Tiny Wilsons or whoever they are, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Unless they take turns riding in my pocket. You know, Tiny Pawpaw's there in the weekdays, and then she's kind of got...
You think Tiny Pawpaw's going to let you just walk away with his wife in your pocket?
Yes, he trusts me. He loves me.
And he wants her to see the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they know they can't be kept together because they'll plot against me.
You put them in your pouch, Mr. Possum?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
wet in
they're in your damp pouch.
Yeah.
Can you breathe in there? Do you have to blow a little air in there for them to breathe?
You know what? For a little Tiny Pawpaw, I'd poke a hole in my pouch. I'd put little air holes in there
Yeah.
just to show him I love
If
him.
you get excess air buildup in your pouch, does that ever happen? In your wet, slimy pouch? Do you get excess air
A
buildup?
little bit, yeah.
You ever get a little like you ever shift a little the wrong way in like a yoga class and get a little pouch queef going? Does that ever happen?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, seems like that would.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a wet little armpit fart.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and if you're not careful, you might shoot Tiny Pawpaw's wife right out of you. Hit the yoga teacher in the face.
We'll figure it out.
We will figure it out.